Hello and welcome to the Voice of TOD. I'm Tom, and in this video we're going to talk about the brand new Halo Infinite Season 4 trailer that basically, if I'm understanding it right, shows off Infection. Don't know what else is shown, I haven't watched it yet. It's a minute and so we're going to watch and react to that together. I figured we'd start here though, because this tweet is obviously what they've put out when the trailer dropped. There's the trailer, that's the start, little tease for you. I thought we'd touch on what they're teasing here. So, get ready to unleash the mayhem. Infection, which we already knew about. Career rank, which we already knew about and looks awesome. Forest, arena map, looks interesting. Scar. Big team battle, I'm assuming that's another map. They teased there was a few maps this season, so that's really cool. The Quantum Translocator. We're going to talk about this. And the Threat Seeker, which is different to the Threat Detector. Again, we'll talk about that. Ubisoft put up an article that we're going to run down. Just a quick overview of the Sandbox, so we'll talk about those as well. Forge updates. Forge is the only thing keeping this game alive, so that's good. Armor and weapon customization, that's basically store stuff, but fingers crossed it looks nice this time, because as you will know if you've seen my Season 3 Battle Pass breakdown video, I wasn't that bothered. And the 100 tier Battle Pass, which is part free, part purchased. If you want everything, you got to purchase it, but there is free things in there as you play, so you don't need to buy it at all. And if you do buy it, you own it for the entirety of the game's life cycle. So you can unlock it whenever you want. You're not restricted to the 3 month or so that these seasons seem to be running at the moment. And they're teasing some more fire. Is that because the studio's burning? I joke, I don't really. I'm very worried about this, but we should be excited, we should be hyped up. My big question is, this is dropping the day after the Xbox Extended Showcase. No Halo mentioned at all. I've heard people online saying that it was all new stuff they were showing, and the DLC that they teased, the Fallout 76, the Sea of Thieves, it's all new content. This is new content for Halo. Halo is the flagship, or was the flagship brand of Xbox. In 2011, I'm going to throw this up in post. In 2011, Phil Spencer said, if we lose our way with Halo, we lose our way with Xbox. So you've completely lost your way with both. Xbox had an incredible showcase. The amount of eyes on their incredible showcase on Sunday just gone was just completely blew anything that Halo's single channel views would get. Massive showcase with so much excitement, so much hype. You couldn't even play less than a 2-minute trailer to tease the season. A season that brings in features that should have been in the game at launch, like Infection, like Career Mode. But they're here now. Big things. Infection is a massive fan favorite game mode. Career Mode gives you a reason to actually play the game more than the stupid challenge system that they have in. Absolute no-show. In fact, and I'll put this in at the end, Halo did show up in one of the showcases. It showed up on Monday's showcase at the Ubisoft one as Master Chief, and the Arbiter are joining Brawlhalla. You will see my reaction to the trailer. It's at the end, so I'll chapter all this up because you do need to timestamp them these days. But you don't even have Arbiter in Halo Infinite. You don't have playable elites in Halo Infinite. You still don't have 50% of the content that Halo Infinite should launch with as a base Halo game in Halo Infinite. And we're almost 2 years on. I'm still very worried about this, but like I said in my pre-show video, pre-show predictions, you show me anything Halo, I'll get excited about it. Hopefully I'm going to get excited about this trailer. But we're going to jump over the trailer now, because we're ready to go. Please be good. See, it looks pretty. I love this. It's the stone Forerunner style, which is normally metal, but in stone. So this is focused on the Infection game mode. Now, Infection this time around is a banished AI who is infecting Spartan suits. Really cool idea. There is story bits that I'm gonna do a couple videos on. Infection returns to Halo.
You belong to me.
Squad up for an all-new season. That's Scar. Oh, okay. Looks like a banished workshop. Quantum translocator. I don't like this idea. I really don't. But that's because I'm not skillful enough to use something like it. We'll look at it. And this is Forest, so this is the one that we saw at the start of the map with the Threat Seeker. Oh, it creates a bubble, it doesn't stick on stuff. Okay. Enhanced weapon customization. Yes! Actually, I'm excited about that. That's amazing. I hope that you unlock some of it in free-to-play, because I don't want to be paying for stuff like that. This is more community-made Forge maps added to the Forge playlist, I would guess. Which is nice that they support this kind of thing.
The perfect vessel. I choose you.
Are we playing Pokemon now? That's cool. That is cool.
Destroy them all.
Okay. I like this map. I like how it looks. That's a cool shot. Cinematic, but... This is an arena map, so it will be a smaller area. So it looks like... When you're infected, the Infection game mode, you've always played as an infected Spartan. You are faster, but you only have an energy sword. Completely fits this. Perfect. And the non-infected Spartans used to be locked to shotguns and maybe assault rifle or pistol. I never played it much. It was a game mode that I dipped in and out. I played a little bit of Halo 5, played a little bit with Halo 3. I'm not a PvP guy, so I can't remember. I don't. It's not that I don't care, because this is a game that I care so deeply about. It's a franchise that I care so deeply about. But it looks like you still have the shotgun, and it's the CQB, the new Bulldog, which is a nice shotgun. But going up against energy swords, it's really good. So this is Scar, Big Team Battle map. It looks very similar to the one that they did. I can't remember what the game mode was called. But in Season 2 they did a new map, and this reminds me of that with this facility where they're like breaking down UNSC stuff. And it was all sort of lava and fire and stuff. And this looks nice. New Big Team stuff is good, because Big Team is a lot of fun. And this seems to be hinting at the new equipment being added to all game modes, not just the arena stuff. Which is cool. What did I actually say? Because this is the thing that I thought was going to be arena exclusive. Let's do this. Threat Seeker, it doesn't tell you anything about being locked. So I think that this will just be dropped in the sandbox for all game modes. Unless we see differently in the next article, but that's fine. But it looks like, whereas the threat sensor... No, what's this? This is the threat sensor, isn't it? Yeah, this is the threat seeker. So the threat detector actually sticks to a Spartan or a vehicle. So it sticks to walls and things, it's sticky, but you can ping it on an enemy, and as he's running around with his teammates, you can see where they are in the location. Whereas this creates like a vortex bubble where the sensor is only active in this area, but anybody that passes through it will ping up, and there's probably a time scale for how long. Might be 5 seconds, might be 10 seconds. And you can see where they go, and then they'll be, once they're out of this for a certain amount of time, they will disappear. I'm assuming. We haven't read the article yet. But that's cool. I like that idea. This I want to see. Right, okay, hold on. I hate the look of that armor. This is a running theme for me with Halo Infinite. I hate that look. This is a very quick shot, and this is a screenshot of a trailer. I know. I need to see it properly in the Battle Pass, which it probably will be. But first thoughts, I'm not loving this style. Right, so this is my Betsy. This is my battle rifle. I adore my battle rifle. So we're going to go through this frame by frame. Okay, we're going to go through this frame by frame once we actually get to the weapon. So that is the original, traditional, non-modded Betsy, by the looks of it. So pretty. It's so pretty. So that is... It's a different skin to what we've seen, but that change there brings it to more of the Halo 4 BR 75 heavy rifle. You see, that's got a rounded top rail, whereas that one is more angled. I love that. I absolutely love that design. I don't love the muzzle, but that skin was confirmed to be exclusive to the Halo HCS skins for this season. So if you buy one of the skin packs to support any one of the teams that complete in HCS, you will get that model as well. But which, like, elements of it are nice. I don't really like the muzzle. I don't like these extra bits of tubing here. And I don't really like that grip. But I love this bit. And that little addition, I'm guessing that's like meant to represent some sort of laser sight or something. That's cool. It's nice. So this... That is all new. You see how the sight itself isn't changing. The sight is the bit that you interact with. Right, so they're not changing sight. I'm assuming they're not changing aim reticles or anything like that. This is purely cosmetic. That. I don't like the shader on it. But oh boy, that's pretty. That actually looks more like the Halo 4. With the clearer gap here and a different muzzle. Again, different, either a barrel or a muzzle. See, the piping has gone from there, the laser sight has gone from there. There's a little bit of detailing there. That bit of detailing is new. None of the sight is changing. Not cosmetically. The shader is. The grip here, the foregrip. Okay, I like this. I've wanted this in Halo for a long time. It doesn't have to change how the gun works. I've wanted the ability to customize and have different cosmetic elements on. Maybe change the sight, maybe change the muzzle, the handle, like, this is cool. This really speaks to the RPG lover in me. So this is really nice. I love that. I actually love that design. I think I've just fallen in love with the new shape of battle rifle. Is there any more? Okay, so then this goes to slightly more classic. Do not like that skin on it, but it's just a coating. It doesn't really matter. So you see how this now changes. You've got, like, I don't know, is that like thermal wrap or something around a different barrel? The muzzle has changed to more of the traditional battle rifle muzzle, but this angle is different. Obviously the grip there again, that's changed. It looks sort of a different gripping texture. Does the trigger change at all? No. So it is purely, the only bits that are changing is the front half of this gun by the looks of it. But it is a drastic change. None of that changes. This is cool. This is very cool. Is this... So that's 3 different models. That's 4 different models. Oh, I don't like that. But that removes the muzzle and just has a longer barrel. That changes the sight completely though. I'm assuming the reticle will be the same. So that's a completely different style. And you've got buttons on the side here. Okay, I'm going deeper into this than I thought I would. So that is the same. Obviously the cosmetics around the edges, but that display is the same. And then it's radically different on this one. Even the lever there. And that changes the trigger guard as well. Oh, this is cool. I might not love it, but this is cool. But it's still, you look at it and it's a battle rifle. That's nice. That's kind of cool. I'm not sure about that design. It looks much sleeker. That looks the same. It looks more like an airsoft gun. But it is very clean. Okay, okay, I'm liking this. And then we saw some sidearms as well. Nothing is changing while he's firing it though. That's a different colour magazine. So is a new coating changes magazine colour as well? That's kind of cool. I think that's different. Yeah. Okay. That is different. It looks a bit more compact. That is a jump cut between, you don't actually see him fully twisting it. Okay. Interesting. So now we get a look at it. Or maybe it's just the coating that's changed. That does look actually like... It still looks different. That bit, like the rest of it, still looks the same, but that bit looks different. That's the animation that they already do in game if you don't move your character. Are you gonna change it? Alright, okay, so here we go. Oh, that's very different. Really like that bit, not so sure on that bit. That's a very different cosmetic change though. Looks like it's not a shorter barrel, but it's a totally different change for the entire top and side, like bottom side of this pistol. Oh my god, this is crazy. This is really cool. And that's just showing you the pistol. Again, like the last battle rifle design that we saw. I don't love that design, but it's cool because there will be people who like this stuff, who want that. And I love that they're showcasing my 2 favourite weapons in this game. And then we've got the assault rifle with a different muzzle, and this shielding on the top looks different. That looks the same. That might be different. Maybe the trigger's slightly different. Oh, that's a hell of a change. That looks like some sort of rangefinder or something that goes on. That's a different display. Oh no, that's a totally different, that's a more integrated ammo counter. Completely different, much more squared off, much more futuristic looking, to be honest. Different muzzle as well. In fact, I don't think there is a muzzle on that. Okay, this is really cool. If all of the guns, like, I doubt the rocket launcher and sniper rifle might actually. Oh, that looks nice. That's actually quite nice. Again, I don't love the coating there. We've changed again, so that's more of a like a customized grip on there. Different, again, different shielding around here. That display changes. That's actually much more streamlined and smaller. Makes the gun look a lot thinner. And it looks like that shielding there is integrated so the barrel isn't poking out like the other one. Okay, this is cool. Was not expecting this. This is why we're looking at it so much. Oh no, there is a barrel. Oh. And there's sort of custom, it looks like laces that have been threaded through. Oh, you can see a little bit of the barrel there, I guess. But that, yeah, okay. This is cool. You still got the torch on the end as well. That's cool. This is really nice. And these must be new coatings. Like, that's different as well, I think. Is it? The stock there, the padding, I think on the current base model gun, that is padded. This is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. Have we got different ones? No. Okay, so we've seen battle rifle, sidearm, assault rifle. I would assume there's other guns in there as well, but they are really the three starting weapons, so it might just be isolated to those three. I don't think there are different model types for any of the other weapons currently in the game. There hasn't been any new model types since Season 1. New Forge Community Doubles playlist, okay. So this is just doubles. That's going to be the fancy map. Not really bothered about any of that. Yeah, okay, so actually, career mode, big win for me. Not career mode, career rank, big win for me. And the weapon customization, I need to see more of it. That's not customized, that's just different shader, isn't it? Yes, it is. I don't mind that helmet either. That's a different helmet to the one that we saw earlier with the battle rifle, but that's the same armor. Which hints at potentially one's a premium helmet and one isn't. One's in the battle pass. And my guess would be this sort of extended. It's almost like tech armor from Mass Effect. But these extra sort of light bits showing on here are going to also be in the battle pass, probably in the later levels, where you can actually have your Spartan looking like he's infected, which is kind of cool. I like this more than the stupid halos and butterflies and crap that they have on other stuff. And if you like that stuff, more power to you. I'm glad it's in the game for you and you feel that you can have that on your Spartan. To me, Halo isn't that. Halo isn't Fortnite. But I've been playing Halo since 2001, first time I played Halo. So I'm a longbeard at this. You know, Halo is absolutely my thing, and if I'm honest, I would happily live in Halo 3 forever. Halo 3 is peak Halo design for me. I like Reach, don't get me wrong. Halo 3 is just, Halo 3 and Halo ODST. That's my Empire Strikes Back for Halo. Might not be the best story, but that was the best time I had. That's the most fun memories. That's the Chief armor that I love. So a lot of this customization stuff doesn't really appeal to me because it is more varied in design, let's say. It's more further away from what Halo should look like to me. Doesn't mean I'm right. The more variation, the more armor types, the more things that you can have on your armor, the more ways to customize, absolutely should be in there, because Halo needs to be as broad as possible. It needs to bring in as many people as possible. I'm fine with it as long as I don't have to use them on my Spartan. I don't mind seeing other people with it. I just don't like it. But this is good. I'm impressed. I am actually impressed. I think that looks awesome. I really like that. I hope that some of these, not all of them, some of them will be store-bought. I really hope that some of these are in the Battle Pass. Because it'd be such a shame to put in something as big as weapon customization, or weapon cosmetic customization, let's say, just to be clear, and have it all behind a paywall. I think that would be a bit silly. But let's jump over to the Sandbox overview. So this is on Halo Waypoint. I'll put a link. I'll link the trailer and I'll link this as well in the description of the video. Done by Ubisoft 2 days ago. Sandbox overview for Season 4. Really, we're just talking about the new equipment. But as a Spartan, you're built for war. You are the master of any weapon, pilot of any vehicle, and fear no enemy. And in Season 4, you'll get your hands on some new equipment to make use on the battlefield. The thing that pisses me off about this, it doesn't make it into the campaign. There's a whole new gun, the Bandit, that came in, basically a DMR. It came in last season, hasn't been added to the campaign as far as I've seen. This stuff should just go into the campaign regardless. If it comes to multiplayer, it should come to the campaign. Halo 5 did the same thing. Halo 5 didn't update any of the weapons in the campaign, but they added loads of stuff in multiplayer, and I sort of get that because they were just variations and more overpowered versions of the weapon with different firing things and stuff. That's fine. They didn't have that in the main story. There wasn't a part where you were having anything other than the base weapon. Halo Infinite does. Halo Infinite has you picking up special banished types of weapons that are upgraded and do different things. So really, they should be adding this stuff as well. Halo Infinite has a whole requisition system where you just call in a gun and it 3D prints it while you're standing there to change whatever weapon you want at a forward operating base. You could easily put the code for the Bandit in there so you don't find it in the wild, but you can just get it from the printer. I've solved your problem for you. Do that. Put some love into the campaign for a fucking change. Let's get back to the article. Let's see what Halo Infinite Sandbox will look like when you go hands-on with Season 4 in June 20th. It is 6 days away from point of recording. Quantum Translocator. This is the thing that I hate. Since Halo CE, teleporters have been a staple of Halo gameplay. Very true. With our newest addition of power equipment in the form of a quantum translocator, players can take that staple and utilize it in all new ways. Designed to have as much impact as an overshield or active camo, while still requiring deliberate setups and proper execution, the translocator will appear on map as power equipment. This is very strong. I don't like it because I'll never be able to use it. I am nowhere near skillful enough to be able to pull this stuff off. I think it's very overpowered for what it does. An overshield, you just keep hitting them and it slowly ticks down. Active camo will disappear over time and you can still see them when they're moving around, and when they run it's easier to see them. With this, it completely shifts you from one position to another in the blink of an eye, taking you completely out of a firefight and enabling you to probably re-engage at a greater range or get out of trouble to keep you alive. And I think this is insane. I think watching this played on the HCS streams, like when the pros use this, it will be absolutely stunning. There'll be some incredible plays. But in a non-ranked game setting, I think this is ridiculously powerful. But let's carry on. How does the quantum translator work? Once secured, the first button press activates the quantum translocator and creates a slip space thread on that location. After repositioning around the map, anywhere around the map, the second use of the QT will teleport the player back to that original thread location. However, upon teleporting, a new thread is created at the location the player just teleported from, and the thread they just teleported to, the original thread, will disappear. So you drop it at your spawn, you walk into the middle of the map, and you activate it the second time. It transports you back to your spawn, but the point that you transported back to disappears, and your next spawn is in the middle of the map. That limits the spammability, I suppose. Each subsequent use will teleport the player and update the destination slip space thread until the QT it's time-based, has expired. Okay, interesting. Be mindful of when and where you use it though, as there's a cooldown between uses, meaning you can't spam it, and you may even end up in a situation from which you might not escape. So it's time-based, not charge-based. That's interesting. That adds an extra layer of skill to execute this properly. Its potential for playmaking through planning and movement is truly what sets this equipment apart from the rest. Yeah, exactly. If you're a player that prides themselves on thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead of your enemy, then you'll love how the Quantum Translator allows you to outplay your opponent. My only thought process is run in, pull the trigger. That's why I'm not very good at PvP stuff. Oh, there's an enemy. Let's shoot them. It doesn't matter if I'm in effective range or not. I'm going to shoot that way. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, there's another enemy. Let's shoot them. Oh, I'm dead. That tends to be how my games go. And I have fun doing it. I'll be honest, sometimes it'll piss me off. But it's purely my inadequacies as a player. This just looks insanely tough to use from someone of my limited skill level. Now let's talk about the Threat Seeker. So the next piece of equipment landing in Season 4 is the Threat Seeker. This equipment focuses on skilled, well-timed use in order to gather information about an enemy's location. This is why it's more of a pro piece of equipment, this one especially. It's different from the Threat Sensor in that it only sends out one pulse requiring the opponents to be within its line of sight, meaning it will not reveal enemies around corners or through walls. Completely cuts down on the Threat Sensor. And the equipment's projectile will bounce in order to reward accuracy by allowing for unique and clever shots. That's quite a cool design. If an opponent is within its radius and direct line of sight when it pulses, they will be revealed for the same duration as the player's shield recharge timer. Is that like 5 seconds? It looks very similar, but it looks banished. Like the red indicates banished, and it just looks more banishy than UNSC. But ultimately, the new Threat Seeker requires it to be well placed and well timed to benefit your team. We look forward to watching how you use. This is another real pro thing. How you use all this equipment to gather information, making smart plays and win matches. I like that it bounces. There's quite a few skill elements to this. So not only is it positioning, but it's bouncing, and then how long does it take to ping? So can you see an enemy, fire it in that direction, it bounces and it pings, but the enemy has already moved away and they're not in line of sight anymore. On the flip side, as somebody facing somebody using this, can you see this coming in like a grenade and get out the way of it, or not? Because with the Threat Sensor, you don't know it hits you, it just happens. Whereas with a grenade, you can see grenades coming. So it all depends on how visible this is when it's fired as well. As it's going to be interesting. I mean, I don't have the skill level to effectively use both, which is why I like the Threat Sensor. But honestly, the only piece of equipment I ever use is the grappling hook, because I love a grappling hook. Anyway, a little bit of balance update. So the Threat Sensor. With Season 4 and the launch of the Threat Seeker, we wanted to make sure adjustments to the Threat Sensor to ensure both equipment items had their unique playstyles. The goals of these changes was to create more location-based marking, giving more prominence and coverage to the sensor by increasing its duration and sensing radius. Oh. The time each target is revealed was decreased to give more focus on sensing threats using the radius of the sensor while active. So here's the exact balance changes to the Threat Sensor, so the existing piece. Ping frequency is down from 2.8 seconds to 1.8 seconds, but the sensor radius is... oh, that's up. Sorry. Yeah, the ping frequency is down. Then the radius is increased by... I don't know what WU is. But the radius is increased. The sensor duration has gone up from 6.5 seconds to 15 seconds. Wow. And the reveal duration, which is how long the target stays revealed, has gone down from 2.5 seconds to 0.75 seconds. So it is a very quick... It's constantly pinging, but the targets are not revealed for a prolonged period. which is kind of cool. And that's, the reveal duration is much less than the shield recharge, I think. So, if I'm reading this right, you can still use the threat sensor to tag a vehicle or an enemy themselves, and as they keep moving, it'll keep pinging them. Which again adds an extra little bit into the kit and the way that you can use to play it. Bigger radius, pings more frequency, and it lasts for a lot longer. It lasts almost 5 times as long. Interesting. There's also been a change to the legacy zoom toggle, so in addition to the upcoming equipment, additions and tuning update, Season 4 will also be bringing in a new quality of life update based on community feedback, the legacy zoom toggle. This new setting allows players to choose how their zoom state behaves on a weapon with 2 zoom states when switching between their weapons. Oh, nice. With this new setting set to its legacy option, players that have a 10 times scoped in double zoomed on the S7 sniper can exit their scope by switching weapons, return to their sniper, and then zoom in at the rifle back. Zoom in with the rifle back at 5 times zoom rather than having it default back to 10. I didn't realize this was a thing. So, as it is now, switching between weapons doesn't take you back to the original zoom state. But this change makes it do that. Interesting. I think I prefer it that way. But I've never noticed. Whenever I've used a sniper, I've never zoomed in at 10 times, to be fair. I'm not good with super zoomed in weapons, and I'm terrible with snipers. I usually just have them on the first zoom. But that's cool. It's nice, it's community feedback and they're implementing it, so that's a positive. Furthermore, we always strive to go after improvements via bug fixes with the launch of each season. If you spot any issues while playing, please be sure to let us know by submitting a report to the Halo support site, which is linked in the blog, so we can take a closer look. And the full list of bug fixes will be provided in our Season 4 patch notes, which will be found at the update thing when the update goes live on June the 20th. I won't be covering that because I'm not all that interested. I don't think I have a viewer base who's interested in Halo bug fixes. I don't think I have a viewer base that's all that interested in Halo, to be fair, but... Season 4 Infection lands on the 20th of June, bringing Infection. Oh, the season is called Infection, and it's bringing game mode Infection. Okay. Career rank, which we've talked about in previous video. Forge updates, which I'm not going to cover because I don't know much about Forge. New maps, new customization, which we've seen, which looks so cool, and more to Halo Infinite. Keep it locked here on Waypoint to see the latest Season 4 news as we gear up for its launch. So, since the trailer dropped, have we had anything new? No, we haven't. They're just currently in the game. Before the end of the season, there's the final Fracture event. Which, does it show you what it unlocks? No, it doesn't. Oh, that's quite nice. So that's this week's ultimate reward. It's only a skin. It's such a pretty weapon. It's only a skin, and it's a coating, and it's a coating specifically for the battle rifle, so the cross-coating thing just isn't happening, which is pathetic. But you've already heard me talk about that anyway. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna buy the season pass because I always do. I'm a sucker like that. I will support Halo. Doesn't matter how bad it is. I mean, when I say buy the season pass, I mean I've got enough tokens built up from the last season pass to just buy the new one. It's not actually going to cost me any real money, which I'm happy with. You know, this is just, it's so sad that we're in this state with Halo Infinite. But as promised, at the end of this video, I'm going to put... God, this has been a long one. I apologise. There's some really... This is the problem, right? There's some really cool stuff in here. There's some really cool stuff in that trailer. This is cool. This gets me more excited than career rank. And I'm really excited about career rank. I want campaign DLC. And I want my co-op multiplayer mode. Doesn't even have to be called Firefight. Doesn't even have to be 4v the enemies. It can be 6, it can be 8. Minimum of 4, but it can be bigger. It can be 16 like a big team. Against huge waves of enemies on a multiplayer map that's massive. And what I wanted from Halo Infinite isn't there, and there's no sign that it's going to be implemented. And I'm going to talk about this now. I'm still going to do a proper review, and I still haven't played it since it launched. But I'm so disappointed with the campaign. I'm so disappointed with the open world aspect to it. It's not that it's bad. It's just the open world is so jarring when you free roam exploring. It completely pulled me out of the story. And the story was so dialed in and focused that whenever you did anything else, it just... There was a real disconnect for me between the story and the game. And when I play it again, I will be playing it just through the missions. But it just wasn't a great story, all told. And I completely withhold the right to take that criticism back, having played it again, because it has been 18 months since I played it. And when I played it, I was very ill with COVID. That may have changed my mindset. May have made I was down on it because I was ill. I don't know. But there's so much that they set up at the start of the game that was not paid off at the end. The things they set up in Halo 5 that was not paid off at the end. Characters who they set up through audio logs that has not been paid off at the end. It's screaming out for DLC. The studio is giving us nothing. Nothing. Actually, that's a lie. They're giving us Season 4 of multiplayer. And they're giving us a new licensing deal with Ubisoft and Brawlhalla, I think it's called. Here's my reaction to that. Thank you very much for watching. See you all in the next one. Chief in... Right, I'm going to have to play Brawlhalla now just because I put Master Chief in it. And Arby. Right, what the actual fuck? Oh, Rocksmith Plus, nice. Okay, so the Xbox showcase has no Halo at all, despite the absolute shit show that is going on with the studio, and the lack of information, and the lack of just any news about Season 4. We've had a little bit, but... And then Chief and Arbiter show up in the Ubisoft showcase. We can't even get Arbiter in Halo Infinite. Licensing is going to murder that game.